I shall demolish the area charted. Advise removal of all residents before demonstration. Signed, Dr. Octopus. When you've been a fearless publisher like me for so many years, you'll realize the woods are full of cranks. You can't trust a teenager to do a job. He's goofing off, no doubt. Don't good morning me. Where's Betty Brand? Nobody cares how I worry. First Parker disappears. Now call the police. Typical teenagers. The minute there's any work to do, they go gallivanting off. Huh? Who? Water lines. Where? The electrical lines. Jameson speaking. No, not to you. Huh? But the whole area will be destroyed. Dr. Octopus. Everything's happening just like he said it would. Now tell me exactly what happened. Enough. I don't want to hear another word. Parker, where were you when all the activity was going on? And to make matters worse, you didn't even get pics of the mystery lights. In the middle of a heat wave? Ice skating in Central Park? I haven't got time for bad jokes. All right, Parker, what are you trying to tell me? Jameson here. What? An iceberg? In New York Harbor? Well, what are you waiting for? The iceberg to melt? Get out and get me some pictures. Now it's a flying iceberg. Flying diamonds. I'll be laughed out of the newspaper business. Ridiculous. What makes a kid like you think you could even get near the lizard man? Peter Parker? Fat chance. Parker, on second thought, these pictures aren't worth a lead nickel. There never was a lizard man, because a movie company is shooting a film in the Everglades about lizards. The whole thing was just a publicity stunt, and I'm out your fare to Florida. But Spider-Man was there. Why didn't you get pictures of him?
Brief.
Miss Brandt, I have a new headline. What do you want, Parker? I don't have any time for you now. This time, Spider-Man has gone too far. I've offered a reward for his capture, and... What are you trying to pull, Parker? This must be a composite picture of my safe and some circus clown. What you won't do to earn some easy money. Mac, take this editorial. In the past week, a crime wave hit our fair city. And once again, the sneaking, thieving Spider-Man is the force behind it. And I say to you, Spider-Man, come forward and give yourself up. The clown in Parker's picture. Here is Electro, compliments of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Mac, kill the story. Miss Brandt, have you seen... No, never mind. I'm looking for... Never mind. You call the police. I have a package for them. I don't see how Parker could have known. Where is everybody? Biggest news story of the year and nobody's around. Miss Brandt, where have you been? I don't care what time it is. Look at this. Spider-Man robs Midtown Museum. I always knew he was a crook. You'd better believe it. There were witnesses. At last, that web-headed weasel is going to be exposed for the fraud he is. Parker, a fine news photographer you are, sleeping while Spider-Man runs rampant through the city. Get me some pictures. Fast! J. Jonah Jameson here, and whoever this is, I'm too busy to talk. Say, who is this?
Oh, wait a minute, I want to talk about it.
Who said I wasn't interested? But, how much is it going to cost me? But that's preposterous. Very well, it's a deal. But remember, not a penny until Spider-Man is defeated and exposed for the fraud that he is. What's going on here? Who's cutting in on my line? Who is this? Oh, you. I thought you were going to take care of Spider-Man. Look, you get Spider-Man and you'll get your money. But get him fast, or the deal's off. Miss Brandt, have this printed on our front page. Give it feature billing. At last, I've got Spider-Man where I want him. In my web. What's happened? Have I missed anything? Good. I want to see Spider-Man's downfall with my own eyes. Come on, Mysterio. Come on, or the deal's off. He's falling. Okay, Parker. Where were you when the biggest scoop of the year was taking place? That's the trouble with you teenagers. Always goofing off. But nothing. A battle between Spider-Man and Mysterio on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, and not one picture. Now, just a minute, Mysterio. They haven't found Spider-Man yet. Not so fast. You'll get the other half when you can prove Spider-Man is out of the way. Who cares? As long as he got rid of Spider-Man. No longer will the terrifying figure of Spider-Man menace Manhattan, for he has met the fate he deserves. What a horrible thought, Miss Brandt. But even if you're right, which I doubt, Spider-Man has been defeated in public. Furthermore, he's been proven a thief. He'll never be the idol of those mixed-up kids again. I don't believe it. I just won't believe it. I am sick. Cancel all my appointments, even the ones I don't have, and get something for my headache. Mysterio a fraud. Spider-Man innocent. I don't believe it. What things? Can't do it now. Have to get the night edition on the presses. Help! What are you doing? Let me down from here. Help! Help! Spider-Man, come back. I'll retract everything I said. Help! My boy, you can't do anything with money but spend it. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. Money is a bad influence. What's that? Quick, Miss Brandt, close the window. Parker, get out there and get some pictures. Now, where did he run off to? Mr. Mayor, it would be ridiculous to give in to that Birdman. Never mind, Parker. I want you to get pictures of the damage caused by Spider-Man. Was obviously working in league with Spider-Man. Parker! What happened to your eye? The mayor has refused to pay Spider-Man and his feathered flunky, what's his name? Anyhow, get these galleys down to press immediately. I'll bet my credit cards that those two are working together, or my name isn't J. Jonah Jameson. What do you mean they won't wash the windows? Miss Brandt, get in here on the double. Yes, Miss Brandt, I want you to... Oh, there you are, Parker. What kept you, Parker? The mayor has agreed to pay Spider-Man $2 million. Don't interrupt me, Parker. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. And he wants it in two $1 million bills, to be exact. You just get yourself to the Empire State Building and get some pictures. They're sending a messenger to make the payoff on the observation tower. Nah! The birds! The birds! They're trying to break into the office! The birds! They're trying to get me! What does it say? I'll bet he wants more money. $2 million wasn't enough for that greedy... What's so good about this? It's just a picture of a robot. I'm Jameson. Who and what are you? Just what I need. Another phony. Out, out. Well, I don't know. What's that? It works. It works! I'll get Spider-Man this time. Okay, Spider-Man. You've had it. Dodge all you want, Spider-Man. You can't avoid me forever. Going for a little climb, Spider-Man. You can't get away from me. Give up, Spider-Man. I can go on forever. You're beginning to look tired, Spider-Man. My moment of triumph. Look, Spider-Man captured by J. Jonah Jameson. This is the day poets will write ballads about. In fact, the president will probably proclaim it J. Jonah Jameson Day, honoring me for conquering that web-headed menace. It's gone! The picture is gone! Smite, the plug! Miss Brandt, take the rest of the day off. Without pay, of course. Spider-Man got away. But he can't have gone far. You're really at the end of your line this time, Spider-Man. That web will break my fall, too. Waited a long time for this, and to think that I, J. Jonah Jameson, will capture Spider-Man single-handed. Yeah, with your help, of course, Smythe. Oh, is our little webhead tired? Well, you'll be taking a long rest soon. Look, the amazing Spider-Man, trapped by the famous J. Jonah Jameson. Bingo! I've hit the jackpot. Well, let's go. It stopped. We've lost him. There he is. Stand back. I'm going to have the pleasure of ripping off his mask and exposing his real identity to the world. I didn't do anything. He hasn't got a head. I've been tricked by that webhead again. Oh, why? Why does everything happen to me? And as for you, get out of here with that robot before I... What's this? Compliments of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This, too. How much can I take? I had him. Spider-Man has made a fool of me again. Worth every cent I'm paying, Dr. Stillwell. I'll take immediate delivery. I'm not interested in the world. I'm only interested in Spider-Man. Miss Brent? At last. Thanks to a new weapon, Spider-Man will soon be no more. Spider-Man has had it. Dr. Stillwell, J. Jonah Jameson here. You say the Scorpion is out looking for Spider-Man right now? Okay. Good. If the Scorpion turns against me, I've gone from the frying pan into the fire. Call all the authorities and tell them I demand personal protection. Don't come any closer. I'll pay any price, but don't hurt me. Don't! Get Spider-Man, Scorpion. It's him you're after. Attaboy, Spider-Man. You can take him away now, officers. Miss Brandt, tell them to stop the presses. It isn't every day J. Jonah Jameson captures the Scorpion. J. Jonah Jameson speaking. Huh? The Scorpion? Escaped from prison? The Scorpion free. And he said he'd come to get me. And you, Parker, get pictures of the prison the Scorpion escaped from. Headed this way. Peter, just a second. Don't rush off so fast. Parker, come back. Don't go. Come back. No, stay back. Don't. There's the one you want. Operator, the police. Send them to my office, quick. Thank you, boys. It'll make a great front-page story. Listen to this, Parker. Fearless publisher saves his employees from deadly costume criminals. J. Jonah Jameson, longtime crusader in the public cause, again... Oh, what's your hurry, Parker? You haven't heard the rest of my story yet. Oh, well, a dull kid like Peter Parker would never understand such things. And the Daily Bugle will give all the proceeds from a benefit showing of the Goliath Diamond to my favorite charity. Not a chance. Now, excuse me a moment, gentlemen. Who? Spider-Man? He what? He stole the diamond? Why, that... Call the police. Call the FBI. Call the Marines. Wait till I get my hands on that web-headed thief. No? Well, take a look at this. Spider-Man, caught in the act by the hidden camera. And listen to this note that just arrived. If you want the Goliath Diamond back, bring $1 million to Orchard Beach at 10:30 tonight. Come alone. And he signed it with a large S. S for Spider-Man. There he is, Spider-Man. And he's got the diamond. Arrest him. You've got to do better than that, Spider-Man. We've all seen you. Hand that diamond over, Spider-Man. Stop him! He's getting away! Come back, you web-headed thief! A rock! I've been tricked! $2 million? Why, that's double! He wants me to come to the rock quarry, alone. It's the or else that bothers me. Peter, my boy, how would you like to run a little errand for me? I always said you were a bright boy. Now, here are the instructions. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Everything is Spider-Man. If this was such a great battle, Parker, where are your pictures? It just goes to show you. You can't send a teenager to do a man's job. What kind of a joke is this, Parker? A metal-eating monster indeed. Parker, I'm paying you for pictures, not cockeyed tricks. Fair? When he brings me pictures from some monster movie? Jameson here. What bronze statue in Central Park? Look, I have no time for... Hold on. How can tracks disappear from a railway? Okay, I'll get somebody on it right away. What? Where? The steel barricade on the East River Drive is gone. The fire escapes on 2nd Avenue. The biggest story of the year, and where is that Peter Parker? I could have told you that. It's dinner time, not quitting time. Grab a bite and get right back here. Both of you. Parker, the monster is at it again. It's heading toward the waterfront. What's that, Parker? They're evacuating the area. Get me some pictures. If I weren't so blamed upset over Spider-Man turning out to be the hero, I wouldn't have any trouble coming up with a headline for our big extra. No. The very thought of Spider-Man with supernatural powers makes me shudder. So he's got a new costume. I'd know that menace anywhere. Am I to be disturbed for every minor decision? Eliago, Venitas, tu, supernas, mondos, infernas. Huh? Well, what's the idea of all this? And what's this silly thing? Here, Miss Brandt, you take care of this. Now, please leave. I have a splitting headache. Spider-Man! What do you mean breaking into my office? Well, whoever you are, if you want an appointment, see my secretary. Well, I don't print such drivel. In a boiling cauldron at the witching hour, face these things. You must have the scepter of Osiris to stir and mix the brew. And then demons of the underworld will come to do your bidding. In the mummy case of Grandini, the mystic. Oh, my head. Spider-Man! I must have put up quite a struggle. Hello, police? Yes, this is J.J. Jameson. I've just captured Spider-Man. Do your duty, officer. I want that web-slinging nuisance locked up. On what charge? That Spider-Man. Done. Why, he's the worst menace this city has ever known. Well, don't just stand there. Go after him. Who's that? Oh, it's you, Parker. What are you doing up so late? Scooped? Nobody scoops the Bugle. Let me see that. Eliago, Venitas, tu, supernas, mondos, infernas. Tonight, when the bells strike 12, only the Green Goblin knows. And when I came to, where do you think I was? I was in the same cell with the Green Goblin. Me, J. Jonah Jameson. Well, let me tell you, Miss Brandt, that police sergeant soon changed his mind when he found out who I was. Electro has escaped and no pictures. Tell Parker when he comes in, he's fired. Don't tell me who I can or cannot fire, Miss Brandt. Put him on the payroll and then fire him. Miss Brandt, I'll give Parker another chance. Tell him to get here on the double. Won't be available? You tell Parker he's fired. What's going on here? Let me have that candle, Miss Brandt. Just because he wants revenge on Spider-Man, does he have to take it out on me? No! Who moved the furniture? Hello? Hello? What's going on here? I don't care if you're the Wizard of Oz. I want my electricity turned on. I'm not paying you anything, you pirate. No! Jameson here. Who? Who? Why, you web-headed weasel, what are you up to? How dare he hang up on me? I'll meet him, all right, but with the police. There he is. I told you Spider-Man was up to no good. I knew they were working together. Why don't you arrest them? Well, don't just stand there. Arrest them. Oh, no. Don't tell me he's a hero again. Where in blazes is that Peter Parker? I have eyes, Miss Brandt. I have eyes. Parker, I've been trying to reach you all night. Don't you teenagers ever go to sleep? Plenty. He's been seen near 42nd Street. Get over there with your camera. On the double! I can see Parker's not here. What I want to know is where is he? Tracking down a lead? He's a photographer, not a reporter. Well, what are you waiting for? Go get him! Spider-Man. Why does he always get into the act? Where is Parker? You were right. Teenagers need more sleep. So I'm taking a long nap, Peter Parker. That's the trouble with teenagers. Always sleeping when there's work to be done. Stolen by that menace to society, Spider-Man. The other two components of the world's most fearsome weapon will arrive within the next week by jet, submarine, and armored car. All precautions should be taken to protect them from that traitor, Spider-Man. Miss Brandt, get Peter Parker on the phone. The biggest story of the century. And I want you to get out there and get pictures. If Spider-Man gets that third component, he'll destroy us all. The report also said Spider-Man was there. There's no doubt about it, Miss Brandt. Spider-Man and that Rhino character are working together. Don't argue, Miss Brandt. Just get Peter Parker on the phone. But if a lady answers, hang up. Peter, my boy, I need you. The third component arrives today by submarine. And if I don't get pictures, we'll be scooped by every newspaper in town. You wouldn't want that to happen to the Daily Bugle now, would you? Now, all the nerve! Imagine suggesting that I, J. Jonah Jameson, take my own pictures. Say, maybe she's right. I could put on a disguise and pretend I'm a cub reporter again. No admittance, eh? Nothing stops the press. I'm from the Daily Bugle. That doesn't mean the press. Who do you think you're talking to? I don't take orders from anyone. Why, I'll have you busted to buck private. You can't do this to J. Jonah Jameson. I'll call the mayor, the governor. I'll report this to the president. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of the Daily Bugle. I'm a patriotic citizen. I'll take this to the highest court in the land. I'll have you all court-martialed. I'll be scooped by every newspaper in the country. And it's all the fault of that hypochondriac teenager. Never mind where I've been. Is it true about Spider-Man? Stop! Stop! Kindly accept this small token of my esteem, signed Unknown Admirer. Well, at last, there's someone in this world who appreciates my worth. Well, Miss Brandt, I must say you're certainly controlling your enthusiasm over this tribute to my genius. Sounds like Spider-Man is up to more of his cute little tricks. Victimized. That's what I've been, Miss Brandt. And you, Miss Brandt. Remember, you said it, not me. You can't quit unless I say so. That silly girl. That's what I said. Silly, silly, silly. Because Betty Brandt left me in this mess, I can't even find my phone book. There shouldn't be any women at all in this world. Just children and men. No. Destroy that fool note before the police get here. Glory. Is that all anyone ever thinks of anymore? Where's Miss Brandt? I want a story set up right away, telling about my part in this capture. Now, why would she do a thing like that? Apologize? Me? Never! Do you hear? Never! Yeah. On second thought, you might be... right. Besides, I still can't find my phone book. Miss Brandt. Yeah, I shouldn't have said what I... You know. Okay, then that's settled. Now, enough of this standing around. Get back to work, both of you. Parker! Where did he go so fast? These teenagers? How come they always disappear the minute you mention work? Good morning, Miss Brandt. What in blazes is that? Well, get it off your desk. This is a newspaper office, not a toy factory. Miss Brandt, what is the meaning of this? Well, get the success out of my office. Just listen to this. Spider-Man saves freighter. You can't tell me the captain couldn't have brought his ship in without the help of that publicity-seeking show-off, Spider-Man. Rubbish! There isn't that much concentrated magnetism in the world. And this paper isn't going to make a hero out of Spider-Man. I'll print it, all right, but on the back page. I don't need proof that the tracks were broken. What I want is proof that Spider-Man deliberately wrecked those tracks, then fixed them just to get some free publicity. I'll print the story, all right, and the caption. By the time you receive this note, the massive bronze statue of Prometheus at Rockefeller Center will have been magnetized and flown to the top of the Empire State Building. At exactly noon, I will demagnetize it and send it crashing into the street below. Dr. Magneto. Never heard of him. Jameson here. What? The statue of Prometheus on top of the Empire State Building? Miss Brandt, have them hold the presses. Parker, get over there and get some pictures. What time is it? Yes, I know we have to print the Spider-Man captures Magneto story, but not on the front page. The back page? No! Some people start reading from the back. Say, how about putting it in the want ad section? I'm glad I thought of that. It was bad enough when the Prime Minister wanted a $10 million loan. Now he'll probably demand $20 million because of Spider-Man's attack. And my paper is on record against any such loan. Who are you? Miss Brandt? Alert the press room for an extra. I'll do anything to help you, Mr. Prime Minister. You're right. Miss Brandt? Tell the press room we're going to put out a dozen extras. $10 million is not enough. I'll get you $20 million. Spider-Man won't interfere again, Mr. Prime Minister. A statue in my honor. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. A statue of me. How about that, Miss Brandt? I will, won't I? And through my efforts, the gold is on its way to Rutania from the airport tonight. And even Spider-Man won't be able to stop the special armored truck I arranged. Spider-Man indeed. If he hadn't bungled the whole affair, I would have been immortalized in marble. Ouch! That Spider-Man is a menace. What do you mean, what else? A fortune in jade was stolen from that ship. Isn't that enough? But what, Parker? Well, Parker, a pirate? Parker, when you finish this assignment, you'd better take a vacation. Spider-Man attempts bank robbery. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, no? Well, he was caught red-handed by the watchman. That no-good Spider-Man will go to any length to blame someone else. If you believe that wild story, Parker, I know you need a vacation. Good morning, Miss Brandt. Help! Help! Don't shoot! Please, Mr. James! Please, Mr. Pirate! Put away your weapons! Miss Brandt, call my travel agency. I think I need a vacation. How come Parker's never around when I need him? Never mind what I told him, Miss Brandt. Find Parker and tell him to get over to the museum. Vandalism, that's what it is. Teenage vandalism. Jameson here. Absolutely not. I'm interested in news, not a moth-eaten subject like mythology, and that's final. Somebody broke into the Stonefeller mansion and stole this statuette. Now, who'd want an ugly thing like that? No, I'm still not interested in a daily column on mythology, and that's final. Miss Brandt, if that woman calls again, I'm out. And she's one woman who lives up to her name. Miss Brandt, do you know anything about this note from Dr. Noah Body? Well, no one can say that J. Jonah Jameson isn't a newspaper man, first, last, and always. And if there's a scoop to be had, I'll be at the Mark Renee Gallery to get it. 2 minutes to go. Where's that Dr. Body with my scoop? This must be my scoop. What painting? I've been framed. This is an outrage. And I know who's behind all this. That web-headed weasel, Spider-Man. I'll get even with that wall-crawling menace if it's the last thing I do. I'll challenge him to come out in the open. I'll say, I, J. Jonah Jameson. Who? Spider-Man? Why, you bet your webbed head I'll be there. It was. And he's agreed to sign a statement of apology. 10 o'clock tonight. Stephanie's jewelry store. You mean, you think he won't show up? Well, Spider-Man, I'm here. Where are you? I always knew you were a coward. Get Spider-Man! He's behind that curtain! It was Spider-Man, I tell you! I saw him with my own eyes! If I ever get my hands on that costume-clad Spider-Man, I'll break every web in his body. Well, it's about time that lazy kid showed up. Jameson here. In the press room. Okay, I'll be right down. All right, where's the trouble? Say, what is this? Help! Stop! Spider-Man, I knew you were in on this. There he goes. You did that on purpose. I'll get you for this, Spider-Man. Listen to this. Dear sir, I have a theory to transport my body by thought transference. Oh, brother. Take a letter, Miss Brandt. Tell the writer of the letter, I believe him. I believe him. No doubt about it. Only Spider-Man could have stolen that ruby. And now the Maharaja arrives on his yacht and refuses to see anybody until the ruby is found. It's up to you, Parker. I want pics of the yacht, the Maharaja, and the ruby. I don't want excuses. I want pictures. I don't care how Parker gets the pictures, Miss Brandt. Just get them. A fake Maharaja and a phony faker. Bah! Bonus, I sent him after pictures of the Maharaja, not a dummy. Bonus indeed. Which reminds me, where is that lazy kid? He's never around when you want him. The Flying Dutchman indeed. Every time there's a storm, we get a report like this. Those fishermen are always eyewitnessing something that isn't there. Believe them? Of course I don't believe them, Miss Brandt. But get a picture of it anyway, Parker. I know I sent Parker to get these pics, but if the whole thing was a hoax, I'm not going to pay him. I said there was no such thing as the Flying Dutchman. Yipes! What's all this nonsense about a ghost at the Castle Theater? Don't interrupt, Parker. The Daily Bugle has been backing a citywide beautification campaign to get rid of eyesores like that old termite tent show. Parker, you're the victim of an underworked body and an overworked imagination. If I have my way, that theater will be torn down. Ghost or no ghost. Wait! Wait just a minute. I tell you, there's no such thing as ghosts. I don't care how you do it, but tear down that building. That theater is coming down, and there's not a ghost alive that can stop me. Hogwash. Why, that web-headed monster. I'll fix him. I, J. Jonah Jameson, dedicate my paper to the preservation of the old Castle Theater for all posterity. I was only trying to point up their real value. You see, my plan worked. Vague schmeg. This has all the earmarks of a Spider-Man caper. Right. He dove in, grabbed the gold, then came up and said it was missing. Spider-Man used the disguise to fool them. Much as I hate to admit this, that web-headed weasel does have superpowers, you know. You say Spider-Man was on the scene when you got there, but he didn't catch him, did he? Exactly. Parker, you've just proved my point. Spider-Man is using the rhino to do his dirty work, just like he used him as a decoy to get the bullion. That web-headed menace will have a hard time crawling out of this one. This is just the proof I need to show this hero-happy city what a low-down, web-slinging, wall-crawling crook Spider-Man really is. I'll have the police put out a dragnet a worm couldn't get through. You're a sharp lad, Parker, for a teenager. What happened to your head? That's the trouble with you kids. Ask a simple question, get a silly answer. Spider-Man's done it again. Wait till I get my hands on that double-dealing Parker. I'll tear him in two. Come to think of it, I wonder how he got that picture. Impossible! Impossible, I tell you! Only Spider-Man can scale a 20-story building, and the Countess admitted he was there. So he changed costume to hide his true identity. And I'd say... Jameson here. On the next flight, I'll have a photographer there on the double. Kennedy Airport. The Maharaja of Gingermere lands within the hour. But this was taken at the airport. That's yesterday's news, Parker. I want pictures of the Maharaja after the robbery. You're absolutely right, Parker. It was Spider-Man. Those jewels must be worth over $1 million. Miss Brandt, haven't you two anything better to do than read newspapers? They're not news, but Spider-Man is. I have proof that wall-crawling menace is the human fly. He tricked Flintridge into letting him protect his money, then stole it from under his nose. Parker, where are you going? I don't believe it. I won't believe it. I know that web-brained weasel was behind these robberies. Oh, no. No! Spider-Man set that fire, Parker. Proof schmoof. I tell you, Spider-Man is the culprit. That's ridiculous. How could Spider-Man steal all that oil? The whole city's grinding to a halt. Miss Brandt, can't you see I'm on the phone? Make sure the oil gets here, understand? Miss Brandt, alert the press room for an extra. The government is sending oil through the military pipeline. I want that news on the street right away. Now, what was it you wanted, Miss Brandt? Why does everything happen to me? Hero? Bah, he could have blown up the entire city. Do you call that being a hero? Miss Brandt! Miss Brandt! Miss Brandt! Where is that girl? It's 10 o'clock. She ought to be in by now. Cheap watch. I do better with an hourglass. 2, 3. That clock is always chiming wrong. I've complained a million times and they still don't fix it. Like I always say, if you want something done, you've got to do it yourself. It doesn't look like anyone's been up here in years. No wonder this clock is never fixed. It's like climbing Mount Everest to reach it. What in blazes? Jewels, furs, that painting, that was stolen from the Wentworth collection. I think I've solved the mystery of the penthouse robberies. Do you realize who you're talking to? In person. And I can't waste time here. I've got to show up for the testing of the new miniature rocket this morning. The rocket! You stole it! I demand immediate release. I can't do that. I have to meet a very important diamond merchant at the airport. He's coming in by helicopter, and I have to be there. It's breaking. I've got to get out of here. The diamonds. Why, you double-crossing? Get me out of here before this thing falls! Never! That's a military secret. Hurry! Today! But the Navy will shoot you down if you try to get it. Hurry! Untie me before it's too late! I'll teach that miserable pheasant to lock me in. That ought to bring somebody running. Help! Let me down! It's about time you showed up. Get me down from here. Don't be ridiculous. Get me down. If you don't let me down, I'll... Wait, Spider-Man. Don't leave me here. I said, please. Spider-Man, Schmider-Man. Anybody could save you from something that didn't exist. Was nothing. Tiger shadows. Now I've heard everything. Jameson here. There's what? Shadows? Ridiculous. Must be the heat. Jameson here. Just calm down. You say there's a bear on Wall Street. The shadow of a bear? Nonsense. I never heard such. A giant centipede on Fifth Avenue. A dragon in the art gallery. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Parker! Now start over. One at a time. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm fed up with all this talk about Spider-Man. Anybody who believes shadows commit robbery should be locked up. Miss Brandt! Miss Brandt! Look! A giant spider! What's so funny? Old Super Stoop has done it again. By littering the city with his silly webs, Spider-Man messed up any chance the authorities had of regaining the nullifier. Well, I would, and I did. And how about that coward Parker? Nothing! That's just the point. Teenagers, one sniff of trouble and they run like scared rabbits. Ha! I knew it. That webhead is behind the theft of the nullifier. Proof? He was last seen with Doc Ock and the nullifier. What more proof do you need? Money. Money and power. He's probably working on some nefarious scheme right now. Well, I'd like to oblige you, but unfortunately we're pressed for space. Miss Brandt, Dr. Smarter, your nullifier, is it capable of nullifying Spider-Man? No. I guess I'm just a born loser. 5 bank robberies, art galleries. You've got to be kidding. This wholesale looting can only be the work of one person. Spider-Man. Fiddle-faddle. Only Spider-Man can make things disappear like magic. Don't be a nincompoop, Parker. Blackwell's probably looking for free publicity, and he's not getting it from the Daily Bugle. It was just a publicity stunt. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people looking for a free ride. Well, what is it, Miss Brandt? Free? Did you say free? Well, now, wasn't that nice? Call Rewrite. Maybe we should do a feature on magic. You drive a hard bargain, Parker. Here's your money for the pictures. It's more than they're worth. You teenagers think money grows on trees. Now, when I was a boy, I can hear, Miss Brandt. What is it? Most scientists are absent-minded. Maybe he forgot to come home. Now, as I was saying, Parker, where are you going? I didn't know he had any friends. Well, what's he saying? Tell me what? Great. Just great. I thought it was part of the show. If you call the police, I will dispose of them as easily as I disposed of your so-called instruments last night. Don't get so steamed up, Flintridge. I think I know a way to trap them. Miss Brandt, get Parker on the phone. I have a job for him. Terrible, terrible. But at least he didn't get the money. Did you say 5? Now, let's not panic. Parker will be here shortly with the pictures of the culprit. Parker, you got the pictures? Why can't you teenagers ever give a straight answer? Did you get a picture of the blackmailer? But what? If I were you, I'd be at the conservatory tonight with the money. Put this on the record player, Miss Brandt. It's a present from Flintridge called Symphony for a Summer Night. That's my kind of music. No! Miss Brandt, turn that off! I thought it said symphony. No. Green Goblin, Electro, and the Vulture, that's who. Don't you read the Daily Bugle, Parker? The guard was hit on the head, but he swears he saw no one in the room. Who? I'll tell you who. Spider-Man, that's who. How does he do it? How? Well, I didn't ask you, Miss Brandt. I still say the greatest villain of all time is Jonah Jameson. Peter Parker, a thief? Jonah Jameson doesn't hire thieves, Captain O'Malley. I don't care what Grayson said. I'll bet the one behind these robberies is Spider-Man. No credit to Parker, Miss Brandt. I just can't have the Daily Bugle involved. Another art robbery. And Spider-Man was at the scene of the crime this time. Bah! He probably hired someone to pose as Picasso. He may be able to fool the police, but he can't fool me. That's right. And I shall see to it personally that it doesn't fall into the hands of Spider-Man. Police Chief O'Malley will thank you personally at the unveiling, Mr. Badinsky. It's that web-slinging weasel. That takes care of Spider-Man. And no encores, please. Badinsky, Jameson here. Sorry I was delayed. Had to follow up a phony news item. Some crank called in. What do you mean I picked up the statue? The nerve of that swindling Spiderhead. Now he's using someone to impersonate me. I'm sure this Bottolini goblet will be the hit of the antique show tomorrow. It's really beautiful. Mind if I hold it? What's going on here? You've gone too far this time, Spider-Man. Meow! You pay for this, you bug! Get me out of this web! You catch Spider-Man, O'Malley, or I want you to make Spider-Man your personal case. Understand? I suggest we set a trap. I'll print an item in the Daily Bugle that'll bring Spider-Man running right into our hands. Mark my word, O'Malley. As soon as those tapestries are unloaded, Spider-Man will show. Where's the police van? There he is. Get him. See? I told you. Now capture him. I don't care which one. Get them both. Let's take them both in. They're getting away. I told you they're working together. I'll have your badge for this. You let him get away. He got away. Spider-Man got away. What makes you think this rogues gallery is worth anything, Parker? A newspaper deals in news, Parker, not history. Besides, Spider-Man captured every one of them. I'm not about to give that web-slinging menace free publicity. Jameson here. What? He can't have. Well, do something and do it quick. Call up the Army. Call the Marines. Call Washington. But do something. The Scorpion. He's escaped. And he has threatened to come after me. They've got to get him before he gets me. Dr. Stillwell. It's all his fault. Stillwell? Jameson here. The Scorpion's loose. You created that monster. It was your formula that gave him super strength. It's up to you to stop him. Make sure it's a strong one. He'd better be right, Parker, or else... Parker? Teenagers. Here 1 minute, gone the next. 20 feet tall, and he's after me. What does it say? That's here. Help! 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 Don't hurt me. I can help you. I'll get you a pardon. I have friends. Let me down. Help! Don't shoot. Please don't shoot. He's no friend of mine. Honest, Mr. Scorpion. It was Spider-Man who sent you to jail. Help! He's over there, Commander. Use your heavy artillery, but get him! No, of course not, Miss Brandt. I was just yelling to let Spider-Man know where we were. In fact, you might say that if it wasn't for me... That beetle brain Spider-Man is now officially a fugitive from justice. He stole $1 million worth of diamonds, and he was caught red-handed by the guard. Well, not exactly. Just as the guard was about to slip the cuffs on, somebody hit him from behind. Because he said he was. And he left this. Miss Brandt, do you know what this bright, happy, beautiful day is? Better than that. Spider-Man's Doomsday. Not yet, but they will, and they have all the evidence they need. Oh, no? First, he's recognized at the diamond robbery. Next, the stupid web-slinger not only leaves his mask at the scene of the bank robbery, but is seen fleeing from the bank. Then he breaks into a jewelry store and litters up the place with webbing and apples. I've told you and Parker 1,000,000 times, Parker, all this action going on and not one picture from that irresponsible teenager? Miss Brandt, see what you think of these headlines for Spider-Man's capture. Spider-Man caught in his own web. End of the line for Spider-Man. What is it, Miss Brandt? Have they captured that wall-crawling weasel? Aha! I knew it! They caught him with the loot. My day of triumph has arrived. I can see it in print now. Spider-Man